Okay, so now on this question, we're trying to solve for x, so they want x alone. And we've got a bunch of decimals everywhere. I'm gonna put the wall, there's the wall of separation, and the whole goal is to get x all by itself, right? But there's a bunch of, here's x right here. It's almost like playing Where's Waldo? Where's the x? It's right there. But we got all this stuff with x. We got to get rid of all this stuff so that x could be alone. Okay, well, first thing we're going to do is multiply through the parentheses, right? Whenever we have parentheses, we distribute, don't we? And so when you have all these decimals, definitely use your calculator. We don't want to do this by hand. Use your calculator. 1.7 times 0.7x. So I'm going to use my calculator right now. I'm getting, what am I getting? 1.19x plus, and now 0.7 times 0.4, I mean 1.7 times 0.4 comes out 0.68, and then just bring down the 1.97, and the other side bring down the 26.45. Did you see that first step? That's what we always do with parentheses, don't we? Remember, I always call it like it's it's floodgate, like the wall, the walls of a dam that's holding back water. And so there's the walls, right? And so when the walls come down, when the walls drop off, the water that's sitting out front rushes in and hits both of the things on the inside. It multiplies both of them like that. Now, what's next? Well, these two, we can just add together because they're just plain numbers, aren't they? They don't have x's, so I'm just going to bring down the 1.19x. Plus, I'm just going to add those other two on my calculator, like 68 cents and $1.97. It'll come out 265. Okay, and now we want to get x alone. In fact, now would be a good time for me to give you the order, the easiest order for solving equations. So this is going to be different than PEMDAS. Remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, that was not for equations. That was not for equations. So step number one is going to be parentheses, denominators, do any adding, subtracting, and then divide by the number next to x. So again, that's just the easiest. You don't have to do it that order. It's not like PEMDAS, which was the law for an expression. There were no equal signs back when we were doing PEMDAS. This is an equation. This has an equal sign. This has a left side and a right side. Really, you can do anything you want at any time you want when you have an equation. You have an equal sign, a left and a right. As long as you do it to both sides, it's okay. You don't have to follow any certain order, right? That's different than like if you have 2 plus 3 times 4. See, there's no equal sign there. You have to multiply 3 times 4 first to get 12. 2 plus 12, 14. You cannot add the 2 plus 3 first. Why? Because you don't have two sides. You don't have an equal sign. You don't have a left side and a right side. So you have to follow PEMDAS. When you don't have an equal sign, so let me write that for you. So PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. This is when there's no equals. You have to follow. That's the law when you don't have an equals. But with an equal sign, you can do whatever you want as long as you do it to both sides. I'm just saying this will usually be the easiest order. So my point is, I'm going to do the adding, subtracting. So I'm going to get rid of that 2.65. Notice I'm doing the opposite. The opposite of what? The opposite of this added 2.65, right? I'm subtracting 2.65. Boom, boom. So what do we get? 1.19x Okay. I came down there. Equals, and subtract these on your calculator. 26.45 minus 2.65. I'm getting 23.8. And then last step here is divide by 1.19. Boom, boom. And x equals, so divide on your calculator. And I'm getting 20, a nice clean 20. There we go. So that was a lot of work. Okay, so what did we do first? Whenever we have parentheses, do parentheses first. You multiply through the parentheses, right? With your calculator. Got these decimals. And then these were just plain numbers, so I just added them. That result right there. And then I had to get x alone. X is over here saying, I want to be alone. Get rid of these guys. So it's like peeling an onion. That's another good analogy for solving for x. It's like peeling an onion. You start on the outer layers and you peel your way on down. So I start here with the outer layer, get rid of that 2.65 that is added by doing the opposite, subtracting 2.65 from both sides. And then I get rid of the 1.19 right next to the x. Anything right next to the x is times. To get rid of it, I divide. And that's always the last step. Divide by the number next to x on the last step. And so there we go.